Okay, everybody, we have a slew of licensing announcements fresh out of Anime Expo this year. Some really exciting ones. I guess we got to kick it off with the Yen Press licensing of Oshi no Ko by Mengo Yokoyari and Aka Akasaka.
Yeah, we were just talking about this because it recently came out on Manga Plus in English, right?
Yes, and we were wondering why isn't this on the Viz app? And now we know. Viz is not going to put this book out. It's going to be Yen Press.
Yeah, not the first, but some of the most recent examples of books getting licensed by unexpected publishers.
Yes.
Interesting trend.
I'm kind of interested to see if they're going to relocalize this, because there already is an English edition out on the Manga Plus, but that's put out directly from Shueisha. They handle Manga Plus, so
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna assume that it's gonna get a new localization from the Yen Press staff, and probably they need to. The Manga Plus version doesn't have full lettering for a lot of things that are text in Japanese, like cell phone text and stuff like that. Just little translation blurbs underneath. But that'll be exciting, and we'll definitely have a chance to cover it. Get Seamus to read Oshinoko, maybe Morgana, we'll see.
I will probably be reading it either way.
Yes. I mean, I said on the podcast before that you can't read the chapters in between on Manga Plus, but that's only for the web version of Manga Plus. If you actually download the app on your phone for Manga Plus, you can read all of those chapters because they've changed their format where all the chapters for any series you can read once for free, which I think is a good way to handle it. All the in-between chapters of Black Clover, Dark Fox that you missed, you can read that at least once for free. Same thing with Oshinoko. So if people want to read that, catching up, because the Manga Plus version is still putting out 4 new chapters every week. They're going gangbusters to try and get this caught up, probably because of the anime announcement as well. But yeah, that's a great pickup for Yen Press. Other announcements that were really interesting is we have Mairimashita Iruma-kun, or Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, coming out by Kodansha. This manga is originally put out by Akita Shoten. They're the publisher that puts out Weekly Shonen Champions, which is how Dark Fox calls it, but it's Weekly Shonen Champion. They have manga like Baki, they had Beastars, they have Yoa Mushipedal, and we've seen some of their manga put out in English, but Beastars is put out by Viz, but not Iruma-kun. It got picked up by Kodansha. This might be the first example of Kodansha picking up a Akita Shoten book. I know Baki is in English now, but I believe that's handled by a Japanese localization company. I think it's Mediado. So I just thought it was really interesting that Iruma-kun is going to be put out in print by Kodansha, no less. Not a digital, not like the Fable. All right, other Kodansha releases that are kind of exciting. A digital first edition of Desert Eagle by Ken Wakui. This is the shonen series that Ken Wakui did before Tokyo Revengers.
Oh.
And I remember, Morgana, you were talking about, I like the art in this one a lot better because it's a lot more kind of stylized and cool and more delinquents than Tokyo Revengers.
More delinquents.
I mean, Tokyo Revengers is good too, but it has a much more cleaner art style. Ken Wakui cut his teeth in seinen stuff with Shinjuku Swan, so getting to see this is his transitional period between switching to doing shonen and Tokyo Revengers. And I believe it was a series that's pretty short, maybe under 10 volumes, because I think it got canceled. But digital first, it's about delinquents. We're gonna read it for Morgana.
Yay! You guys treat me so good.
We try. They're also bringing out Tsugumi Project from Kodansha. The thing about Tsugumi Project is, this is the manga I've talked about a little before, where it's made by a Japanese creator, but it came out in France first, and it was a big hit over there. It's put out in, I forgot the magazine. I think it's Young Magazine. It's kind of post-apocalyptic story. Tokyo has been taken over by, now, kind of beast people. The main girl is kind of a bird. She's a human. She's half human, but she has, the feet of, birds, talons a little bit. Travels around with, a lion creature. And this manga this is the one that they have an African character and they're drawn kind of minstrelly in a lot of ways.
Oh, good.
They had the white lips for a long time. Recently, they after a hiatus, they came back. They colored in the lips finally. So We can take a look. It's very, very well drawn, but like it has that one character, which is I think is pretty problematic. Kind of described as being similar to Battle Angel Alita, Akira, Elden Ring. I don't know what Devin's talking about here. Why is it Elden Ring? Maybe because of the beast. Okay, and one other announcement for licensing from Seven Seas. They're putting out a Marmalade Boy Collector's Edition.
This is wild.
What? Why? Like what? Huh?
What year is it? I read Marmalade Boy in middle school. I have the first 3, I think, Tokyo Pop editions. It's not a bad series, but you got to be okay with some basically a girl's mom, I think, remarries, and her new stepfather has a son, and the son is in her class, and oh gosh, they're falling in love. So yeah, it's not incest, but it's uncomfortable. Yeah, actually, Yen Press publishes a book kind of like this now too, called Mint Chocolate. So the intrigue of the falling in love with the stepbrother thing is not new, and is still very
timeless.
Yeah, I guess for the shoujo fan. I mean, I guess it's dramatic, right? Like you have the situation where like you're thrown into living with a boy your own age, and yeah, there's definitely the potential for romance there. So it's kind of weird. It is a weird situation to be in. I understand the dramatic intrigue. I just don't know how I feel about it. Again, I read it as a kid. I didn't read all of Marmalade. I read, the first few volumes. I owned them. I still have them. I've purged my manga so many times, but I won't let go of them. And it's not because it was like one of my favorite series ever. It's more like, oh man, this was such a, part of that time of my life and like that time period of manga that we'll never get again. And now here's Seven Seas publishing a collector's edition. And I have to ask myself, will I buy it?
I mean, I guess they're banking on you buying it.
Me and people like me. Yeah.
Is this gonna be one of their like big hardcover how they did Devilman and
I don't know.
It says collector's edition, so probably.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to like put it in the same context as like Devilman and Captain Harlock and even like the Lupin. They did a Lupin collector's edition.
They did Cutie Honey, but Cutie Honey is the same author of
Devilman. Yes.
Devilman. So that had that synchronicity.
But this is this is like, a couple decades after all of those were published originally. So I wonder if they're going to do a different treatment for, even if it is like an oversized hardcover, do a different like design. Because a lot of those are designed very similarly, the other collector's editions.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
they match on a shelf. Yeah.
I wonder if this is going to be like a new, like collector's editions of 90s manga. Because boy, have they got my number.
I was gonna say, I'm like, they're just like the 90 collection.
Yeah, I mean, please.
They wouldn't be doing this if they didn't think they could sell it, and
yeah, there are fans. I mean, there are other people my age, women my age.
They wouldn't be doing it if they could sell it to somebody.
Exactly.
They put out a lot of stuff that probably doesn't sell much, but it probably sells to somebody.
Yeah. I don't think those collector's editions. I don't think they were like fire sales, right? I think they did fine. But I appreciate the commitment to publishing old stuff and relicensing things, and I will be really excited if this is the beginning of. I mean, they've been licensing old stuff, but if this is a sign of more to come, then I'm pretty excited. Whether I'm excited for Marmalade Boy in particular, maybe not, but like conceptually interested.
Yep, and there you go. Those are some of the. There's plenty of other licenses from Anime Expo this year, but those are the ones that definitely caught our eye, and the ones that we'll be keeping an eye on for the future.